Approaching the final stretch of my master's studies in photography, I've just handed in and been assessed on a project proposal for the final major project. The assignment, finishing in December, should evidence and document a critically informed project that is resolved to a professional and publishable standard. But already now, I've been assessed on a project proposal that will outline the intended body of work that I will complete over the course of the final major project module. Main elements of the proposal should introduce and identify the key themes of my project, give a clear and concise overview of my project, demonstrate an awareness of the ethical concerns in the production and publication of my project. I'll share the central aspects of my proposal in this video, and the full proposal is linked in the video description. I'll recite some feedback from my tutor and reveal my grade and some thoughts on grading. Hint, I've performed pretty well throughout the program. I took a dive in the last module, and this assessment was somewhere in between. The experience of being both subject and object behind and in front of the camera of my own work for several years has led me to consider concepts of collaboration, subjectivity, and an extension, the dissolution of dichotomies such as self, other, nature, culture, and human and non-human. In this project, working with other people's memories sets a methodological framework leading up to questions about who owns a given memory's narrative and how does subjectivity relate to perception, preservation, and fabrication of memories, and what role does the camera and the photograph play? You know how memory can be strongly connected to a photograph to the point that you're not sure if you're remembering the actual event or merely the photograph. This brings up themes of subjectivity, materiality, and non-human agents. I am fascinated by the transdisciplinary field of post-humanities and have used scholars such as Donna Haraway, Cecilia Eosberg, Carrie Wolf, and Judith Butler to diffract my photographic practice through a philosophical, feminist, and material semiotic layer of theories. Turn away from an anthropocentric view of the world has kind of aided my understanding of non-human agencies, social materiality, and material aspects of becoming. Paraphrasing Karen BARAD, theorizing like experimenting is a material practice, not about intervening from the outside, but about interacting from within and as part of the phenomena produced. Result, method, interpretation, epistemology, and ontology are not separable considerations. Photography as a method and a measuring tool is intricately entangled in the research process. BARAD references Schrodinger's classic cat-in-the-box thought experiment. When two systems interact, their 5 functions do not come into interaction, but rather they immediately cease to exist, and a single one for the combined system takes their places. The camera or photographer is not an objective observer standing on the outside looking in, but an actor entangled in the phenomena, in this case memories or remembering at hand. I'm curiously aiming to explore the subjectivity of memories, how memories are both perceived, preserved, and fabricated. As a way of giving up parts of my own agency, I've asked a group of close friends to supply me with coordinates to places to which they hold some sort of memory. I will photograph these places, be it landscapes or buildings, without anything else to go by than a brief explanation from them as to why they chose this place. I was at summer camp as a kid, wholesome and innocent. I learned to smuggle cigarettes in the battery compartment of a boombox. It was the first time I met and started understanding different socioeconomic conditions. It's an old monastery. I'm not complaining, but being sent there as a 10-year-old, not knowing the language, the smells, the squeaky stairs. I'm choosing to shoot these places by myself to gain as little influence as possible from the participants, to be able to explore the fabrication of memories, to play with subjectivity, how can conceptions of time and space play a role in the preservation of memories? From a philosophically ethical perspective, there's the emergent question of who owns a memory. Who can claim the narrative tied to a certain memory? Are there ethical concerns in tampering with memory using the power of photography? Flex, flex, flex. I am interested in the intersection of artistic practice and academic research. Bush states that research is neither a preliminary work phase of art production, nor is it a means to an end. Rather, it's the aim of the work itself. This is not about researching in order to produce an artwork. The work is the actual research. HANNULA describes artistic research as continuously moving between artistic practice and arguing for a point of view. As I understand it, an iterative process where photographic work is contextualized and conceptualized, which then leads to new photographic work. Simmons describes a rhythmatic network of a process that is proactive, recursive, innovative, and transformative. I'm hoping to come out of this project not only wiser in relation to the specific research question, but also with a larger understanding of and insight into the process of art as research. I know that what I'm doing on this YouTube channel is targeting a pretty small audience. It's a scholarly, intellectual approach to photography. Yes, you may certainly call it geeky, but since you are here, you might very well be that smart, erudite artist friend that could find like-minded peers right here. To microfund this project and kickstart the community, I'm using Patreon. In short, I'm opening with a time-limited tier. It ends on August 31st and is limited to 30 members. Anyone joining will receive a signed limited edition zine or print collection from the Subjective Memories project. In any case, you can follow my strive to bring my scholarly, artistic efforts to the public eye through any of my social media streams: Instagram, Patreon, World Wide Web, or of course, YouTube. Don't drink beer while recording, you twat. All the university staff that I've been meeting with has withheld the mantra, "Don't bother about the grades." Not necessarily in that voice. But, well, I do bother about the grades. Of course, I understand that no future employer or client will ever ask for my academic merit, but I'm neither aiming for employers nor clients. I'm rather looking at the learning outcomes and criteria as qualitative aspects of my artistic and academic progress, and I do want to progress. Marks and grading systems vary across the globe and from various universities. The university where I'm studying applies a percentage scale together with qualitative rubrics, so 1 to 100 and pass, merit, and distinction. The criteria are grouped into qualitative rubrics. For example, the professionalism learning outcome contains criteria concerning professional standards, industry conventions, communication skills, and presentation strategies. For this project proposal, I got a 69, pass with merit, 1 percentage point from distinction. The most interesting aspect of all this is how the qualitative criteria translate into quantitative percentage grades. Percentage grades. If not arbitrary, at least not a very transparent process, which makes it hard for me to consciously progress. And maybe that's the reason I'm advised to not bother about the grades, because it contains a logic that can't really be understood or revealed. Nah, that would be very conspiratory of me. That's not who I am. Hej då kompis! Yep.